Me when it's time for her. Good morning.
Morning.
This is my friend.
Hi, my
Her
friend.
mom paid me a lot of
Yes.
money. I don't do well in front of crowds, so if I pass out, just move me off to the side. So, Financial Peace University. My husband and I are just regular folks. We come from a blue-collar background, so there's no money there. But, you know, we come from a background where you work hard in the same factory that your father did for 40 years. You do your best every day, you know, and at the end, maybe you get a gold watch and a retirement check. And we learned very early in our marriage, at the tender age of 19, and in the late 70s, that we weren't going to be able to do it like our folks had done. So we made a hard decision. My husband joined the Air Force, and if you ask my mother, still to this day, she says we ran away from home. and we left, and for the next 20 years, we made our own decisions, and we took every opportunity to educate ourselves when we could. And then in January of last year, during dinner, we just happened upon Dave Ramsey's television show and kind of got a little interested, so we started watching him every evening as we were eating dinner. And we kept hearing him talk about this SPU thing and making a written budget and giving every dollar a name. And we looked at each other and decided together that it was time. Now, we have always had something of a written budget because the military didn't pay the best, and so we had to learn to keep track of our money for the essentials. But give every dollar a name? Really? You know, within the same week, though, Kathy was telling me about this program her church was giving, and she said it was by Dave Ramsey, so my ears went, and it was called Financial Peace University. It clicked, FPU, because on his show that's all he calls it. So on February 1st, 2009, we started our FPU adventure. I'm the free spirit, but the nerd, and you'll learn about that later. So I developed an Excel spreadsheet and entered all of our expenditures and set some goals. And that evening, I pulled out our file with all the credit cards that we had collected over the years. Yes, even the JCPenney's and the Sears cards. And we set about performing a plastectomy. So, fortunately, we only owed on 2 of those cards, and the rest were for emergencies. But when it came time to cut up that original MasterCard, I was amazed at how emotionally attached I had become. That was my first credit card. And maybe I could just tuck it away and promise not to use it. But no, my husband, the penny pincher he is, made me cut it up. If we were going to do this, we were going to do it the whole way. Our first line of business was setting up our emergency fund, the $1,000 in the checking account that's only for emergencies. And 4.5 months later, we had managed to pay off $10,972.08. I was astounded. $10,972.08 in 4 months. Okay, if I had that kind of money to spend in the last 4 months, where did the $10,972.08 go 4 months prior to that? And 4 months prior to that, it was like I was floored. And then one warm Saturday evening in August, we went to take the dog for a walk and found water running down the front yard and into the gutter. We made an emergency call to United Water. They came and shut the water off to the whole house. And 3 days later, we paid out $940 for a big hole in the front yard and a fix on the water lines. We found out what that emergency fund was for, but because we had it set aside, strangely, there was no pressure there as to where we were going to come up with $1,000 on the spot. You know, we're not finished yet, and we have a few more car payments to go, and then we really start working on paying off the house. We could be paid in full in 6 years, barring that Murphy doesn't move into the second bedroom or anything. But you have to be all in or go home, because this will not work if you're really not committed to doing it. Remember, when you're done, finally finished, and all debts are paid, you will be free to make all the decisions regarding what your money does for you.